Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Blow Daz.
And Gaynor.
Alright Gaynor, bit of a
dark one.
Yeah, a bit of a, what do you call it, that police sort of stuff, crime, true crime.
True crime, yeah.
We do like true crime, don't we? We watch a lot of it at home, don't we, on our own.
Police chases.
Police chases and all kind of stuff like that, and anything to do with crime I'm interested in, anything to do with the police, what's going on in the world. But this is a teen killer thinks he's going home after murdering his mother. Let's get straight into it, eh?
Yeah.
17-year-old Carlos Hallowell from Citrus County was taken to police headquarters after making an urgent 911 call at 6:15 p.m.
Citrus 911, what is the address of the emergency? 4419 Southwest Point. I need someone here immediately right now. Okay, tell me exactly what's happening. Okay. Oh my God. Okay.
He reported a terrifying scene. His mother, Denise Hallowell, lay in bed with an axe lodged in her head.
Oh wow.
Just stay on the line with me, okay? Okay.
Emergency responders arrived to find a deeply distressed Carlos. His mother was unresponsive and was declared deceased at 6:50 p.m. Denise Hallowell adopted Carlos from Guatemala in 2006 when he was just 4 years old. She raised him on her own. Fast forward to July 13th, 2019. Both she and Carlos attended a family friend's funeral in St. Petersburg. After returning home to their secluded lakeside house, they shared apple pie in the kitchen before taking afternoon naps. 3 hours later, Carlos was on the phone with 911. Denise was found face down on her bed, lifeless. The investigation has been classified as a homicide. To find Denise Hallowell's killer, the police are working swiftly to collect evidence before any leads fade. In the interrogation room, detectives question Carlos about what happened, as he was the last person to see his mother alive.
I hear barking from my side of the house, which is abnormal. Our dogs are supposed to be in that little fenced-in area. The front door was wide open. So went to go find the dogs, checked around the property, looking for them. I couldn't find them, so I went to go wake my mom up and help me find them, and then I found her there.
So what did you see when you walked in your mom's room?
It was our axe in the side of my mom's room, and I could still hear her trying to.
The detectives are currently uncertain about the situation. They must quickly uncover the events that transpired in the house. Simultaneously, they need to approach the situation with caution to avoid causing additional trauma to the young man who has lost his mother.
My mom and I we've been through a lot together, so, I mean, there's nothing I wouldn't do for her or anything. So, I just don't know what happened.
Seems pretty calm, doesn't it?
It does seem calm. When it says
Very
teen killer, I
composed.
thought it might have been like a gun had gone off sort of thing, but accidentally. I guess it wouldn't use the word murder if that's the case,
Yeah.
but you never know with titles nowadays.
Obviously, we're not looking at an accidental situation here, right? Somebody put an axe in the back of her head. Who would have done that?
I don't know anybody. All my mom's close friends, anything, we'd be touching. This is the only people that I know.
She don't have any enemies.
That I know of. She would have kept to herself. So,
You guys are kind of out there in the middle.
yeah, we're in
Nowhere.
Yeah, we're in the middle of nowhere. We just keep to ourselves. We put signs up because we've had small intruders and then we hear noises at night. So she just puts all that stuff up for safety. So I don't know.
She hasn't had any problems with anybody.
Not that I know of. She also stays private from me as well. I only know what I need to know.
Carlos is remarkably composed for someone who has just discovered their mother deceased with an axe in her head. The detectives already view this as suspicious. For now, the detectives are focused on the facts and are working through Carlos's version of events in fine detail. If his story can be verified, Citrus County Police will have the confidence to focus elsewhere.
You guys walk in. You guys have pie. What did you guys have pie at? Right on the dinner table. Dinner table. As a plate, silverware, or no? We just eat right out of the box. We just eat a slice, save it, we save it. we're used to kind of living paycheck to paycheck because of a teacher and being a single parent. So we make things last, and she doesn't get paid. So.
Gotcha. So you guys are done at the dining table. What do you guys do with pies?
Put them in the fridge, and then we parted ways. We both decided to take our naps. She went into her room, I went into mine, and I watched a couple things on YouTube and fell asleep and got up again and texted people and fell back to sleep. Usually we stay in there for about 2 or 3 hours to give ourselves time, our own separate time throughout the day.
So you don't know if she left to go anywhere else or something?
I don't. I usually don't know. I'm a heavy sleeper, and I sleep on that side of the house. Her car's where the garage is, so I usually can't hear it. Or nor do I know. I usually have something playing in the background to help me fall asleep.
Mm-hmm. You remember at any time, what time you went to bed, or take a nap?
No. The only thing I remember was waking up to the dog barking next to my room, which was mom.
Did you try to give your mom any type of aid?
I didn't know what to do. I just shook her. Wasn't responsive except just breathing. I don't know what to do, and I didn't want to do something stupid or take it out. She needs to death or something.
Detectives now believe that Carlos isn't being truthful. Given the severity of Denise's injury, it's implausible that she could still be breathing, as Carlos claimed. By that time, she would likely have already passed away. Investigators are now pressing Carlos for a thorough account of the events leading to his mother's death.
So your mom went to her room and now came out and went back to her room again?
Yeah, she does that all the time. She'll get up, get tea, she'll get up, get water, do whatever. And she doesn't always sleep, deep sleep like I do. She's a restless sleeper. She hears everything, so she'll always get up.
The story's changing as we keep going. It just keeps changing and changing. Going from she went. You talking about she went to? You heard her.
Okay.
You said you went to your room.
I'm confused.
You said you went to your room.
Yes.
You closed your door. You heard your mom walk to her room and close her door.
Right. She was doing.
And then you went to sleep.
Yes, she was doing what she normally does, and then I went to sleep.
So then how you know she came out and went back in?
That was before I went to sleep. I'm saying that I went to my room, closed my door, and I hear my mom doing what she normally does, goes to her room, and then she needs something, water. She usually gets water. Came out, got water. She went back to her room, never heard it up again. So I went to sleep.
Carlos's account has shifted within minutes. Initially, he claimed he went to his room and didn't hear anything due to background noise. Now he mentions hearing his mom leave the room to get water.
So you don't know if she left to go anywhere else or something?
I don't. I usually don't know. I'm a heavy sleeper, and I sleep on that side of the house. Her car's where the garage is, so I usually can't hear it, nor do I know. I usually have something playing in the background.
His narrative is inconsistent, and it seems he's attempting to backtrack. When someone is speaking the truth, details are often clear and consistent. Conversely, when someone is lying, they might struggle to keep their story straight, leading to inconsistencies or added embellishments. Such discrepancies are clear warning signs for detectives.
So her room should have a cup of water in it?
I don't know what she got. I don't know. I was in my room, so I have no idea. That's just her usual routine. This is going off of what she normally does, her everyday thing.
Her normal routine, but what did you actually hear? Because you can say I can normally tie my shoes, but you know I don't mean I really had tied my shoes.
Well, she just went into the kitchen. I usually know she gets water because she gets dehydrated. Sometimes she doesn't bring it with her, so she'll drink it there. So she'll have her water cup next to her medicine, and she'll just get a drink and go back to bed, or do whatever. She'll get tea. I don't know because I'm in my room.
Bottled water is a thing.
It's in a jug. We fill our waters and we keep them in the fridge.
Let's step out for a minute. St. Louis real quick.
About 50 minutes into the interview, both detectives step out of the interrogation room, leaving Carlos Hallowell alone. After a roughly 20-minute break, the detectives...
I think they're going to run through the same questions again. Give him a break from his story and come back and see if he tells the same story.
It sounds to me as though what he's saying is what is a normal thing. She gets up to get tea and water and stuff. So I think he's still going to say the same thing. What he's avoiding is what actually happened.
Yeah.
I don't think when they were saying, you said she got water, but And he said, well, no, I said her normal routine.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not really said anything.
He's just a bit calm, isn't he?
Yeah.
Returned to the interrogation room, armed with fresh details. They've learned that several months earlier, Carlos had been reported to the authorities for assaulting his mother, striking her with such force that her arm was broken.
Jesus.
Not too long ago, you guys got into a little domestic. The cops were called.
Domestic? No. My mom and I sorted that out. That was completely gotten out of hand, and then my mom overreacted, I overreacted, and we talked about it after it happened and after I was out of the house.
Right. Was that before you left or after?
Before. And I wasn't doing well in school, and then we got into the argument, and she shoved, I shoved, back and forth, stuff like that.
Right.
It wasn't anything physical. It was just like, get out of my face, you get out of my face, get out of my face. This is just got yelling. It wasn't going anywhere.
Right.
She used to hit me pretty hard, sometimes in the face, mostly in the back, with just anything she could grab. That was it.
So you have like a special bat or a stick or something?
No.
Just for that?
No. It was just anything that was close by. If it was my keys, she'd whip me with my keys, and that's it. And then after the years, I just kind of took it, because it's not really going to stop.
Sounds like she's quite brutal with him.
Aggressive with him as well.
Yeah.
He probably needs discipline.
Yeah, you don't do that.
My mom's always been there for me still. So,
Is that the reason why you moved out?
yeah. After I defended myself, I kind of had enough of it.
You talking about the keys deal?
Yes,
That was kind of like the last straw deal.
that was. And she wanted me out, and I officially moved out.
After he broke his mother's arm, which he claims was in self-defense, he left the house and stayed with friends for several months. During this period, he began taking medication for depression and started to stabilize. Only then did she let him return home.
My mom finally got me on antidepressants.
Taking those?
Prozacs, yes. Take them every day.
Working?
Mm-hmm.
What did the doctor say that he was diagnosed with?
Depression.
Carlos claims that he and his mother patched things up and that he was welcomed home with open arms. In reality, Denise was terrified of him. She had CCTV installed because of his behavior. She didn't trust him and feared he might hurt her again.
Wow.
Carlos, how often do you think it is that somebody's sitting in their house taking a nap or anything like that situation and some stranger comes in and kills them?
I don't know, but I will say this. I hope you're not insinuating I'm idiots. Because that she adopted me from 4. She has been my mother, has been by my side.
What my inference is that rarely ever happens.
Okay.
That rarely ever happens, and what I'm trying to lead to is that 99.9% of the time, it's a family member or a close friend or
I don't know anybody.
or lover or something like that.
As the interview progresses, Carlos becomes increasingly unsettled. He has slowly realized that he has gone from being seen as a vulnerable child who has just lost his mother to a prime suspect in the investigation.
So I don't know what you guys are trying to get out of me right now, but I didn't do anything and would never do anything to my mother like that. As much as we used to bicker and get back at each other, fighting sometimes, and then peace, and then back and forth, and then peace again, never in a million years would I ever think to do that. She's my mom. I was adopted at age 4, and I've been with her forever. And if you're insinuating that, I'm very offended by that.
Carlos remained calm and confident throughout the interrogation, presenting a composed demeanour. However,
If she had cameras put in, would those cameras
That's
not
what I was
be
going to say,
recording?
yeah. I was going to spot that before.
and confident throughout the interrogation, presenting a composed demeanour. However, when faced with direct accusations, he begins to show signs of anger and concern, emotions one might have expected to see from the very beginning.
You're putting on a pretty good show.
A show?
Yeah, you're putting on a really good show.
A show?
Yeah.
How's this a show?
I remember the whole interviews with you back when all this went down.
You remember that?
Yeah, I was in charge of the major crimes unit then.
Okay.
So, and I remember the CPT talking about how your attitude of things were very sociopathic.
Sociopath.
Which is exactly what you're showing me right now. And you're trying to act like you're upset about something.
Trying?
Yeah.
Okay, how is this trying? That was my mom. My mother.
Right?
So trying, how is this trying?
Because you don't feel like normal people feel.
I don't feel like normal people feel.
Yeah. That's what a sociopath has the issues with. But you try to...
So you're calling me a sociopath?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. This is what sociopaths do.
Do what?
I've just been sizing you up the whole time.
Okay.
It's like 100%.
Okay, you can size me up.
You don't have normal feelings.
You can size me up all you want. I do have normal feelings. I loved my mom. Ask anybody in this county.
We're going to release you to DCF, and DCF's going to have to figure out where you go.
Okay. When am I being released to DCF?
I think I just told you it takes a little while. Alright? So hang loose. It's going to be a bit.
The police don't have enough evidence to hold Carlos any longer, especially since he is a 17-year-old minor. Detectives couldn't conclusively link Carlos to his mother's murder, so they were forced to send him home.
Hello. Hi. How are you?
As they searched for definitive proof, Carlos took to social media to grieve and invite friends to her memorial. He received numerous comforting responses during his period of sorrow. 9 weeks after his mother's murder, Carlos was invited back into the interrogation room. The detective started by telling him that there were inconsistencies in his account.
I was just from the second hallway. I came in days later, so I'm still catching up on some of the stuff we've had. Alright, so you hear what in the backyard wall. You just went inside, seen your mom. Your phone was already on you at that point?
Yeah. Like always, it's easy.
Okay. And then you walked outside. You called 911.
I called when I was there. I was in the room when I called.
Okay. On your phone itself, it also tracks your GPS locations. So you track where you are. Because you're on the phone 911 for a few minutes, correct?
Yeah.
So it tracks everywhere you went. It says you were down by the lake here.
For what?
At that time, while you were in that whole time frame from when you called 911 on.
I didn't go down by the lake. I could see it. I didn't go down there.
You know we have a dive team, right? And then we searched the entire lake behind it. Have we found anything else, do you think? Nothing else.
Probably old hooks, fishing holes.
The detective unveils a box filled with evidence. Immediately, one can see that Carlos is feeling a surge of anxiety.
Does that look familiar to you? I know it's taken apart.
Is that the camera that's hanging up?
That was outside?
Yeah, it's facing towards the.
You're in the small cameras, you're sitting in the house?
Yeah, okay, then yeah, it's one of the ones that faces towards the.
It's a move out. What do you think we were out?
One?
No.
There's only one in the house.
No, you know there's one in the house. There's 3 cameras in the house. I found 3 cameras in the house. Actually, found one.
Upon inspecting his phone, the detective discovered that Carlos was near the lake when he phoned the police, contradicting his claim of being in Denise's room. This prompted further investigation into his activities at the lake, leading them to deploy a diving team for an exhaustive search. Shortly thereafter, detectives found Denise's disconnected CCTV cameras and her mobile phone discarded in the lake behind the Hallowell residence.
Your mom's phone down by the lake. 3 cameras down by the lake.
Okay.
You see how this is stacking?
I understand. But I'm still.
And how I can help you is if you come up front and say, we got a fight, there's a total accident, something like that. But that's what happened, then tell me the truth. I need to know that because I can't help you without that.
Right.
Because without that, it's just something horrible got done, and you don't care about it.
Well, no, I definitely do care about it. I'm really pissed. It's just. It's not.
Because I can only follow the evidence I have.
I
I
understand.
didn't hit you before pretty much today.
I understand, but I don't. There's nothing that happened where we got into a fight. There was nothing at all. That's the thing. It was a perfectly good day. We were fine. I don't remember anything bad going on that day. It was all just okay.
What we're trying to get at, like I said, it's been about 2 months, a little over 2 months.
I can say that.
We've been working as a little clock. We're trying to get justice for you.
I don't remember what happened at all from when, like, dogs, from the dogs barking to finding my mom. And once I found my mom, I did panic. Like, really bad. Because mom's there, panicked, and just grabbed the one that's facing the front door. I grabbed the phone, I grabbed the thing. The one that was up there. I knew back then. I used the cards up, and it ended up being mine. I thought that it would. And then I called either before or after that.
Why would you do that?
How would someone take the cameras that you're saying there?
Yeah.
So he's just kind of admitting it there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, of course, to hide it, but I completely panicked. I mean,
How many times did you get down by the lake?
I think once.
Just wants to throw the phone and the 3 cameras out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know if I did it or if what happened. So I just don't.
So you don't remember who did it?
No, I don't.
You see what it looks like, though, right?
Yes, I do. I know, I understand it. That was the biggest thing that's been weighing on my chest was that I did panic and I swear.
You realize it doesn't make any sense to you.
So that's what's combined with how solid that I don't know. I don't remember.
You realize it. I need more than that. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to do that.
I do. I know. I understand, and I just don't know. I don't remember whatsoever what happened, what really happened between when I woke up to then.
But your phone doesn't really show you too.
Police now reveal to Carlos that his mobile phone data shows he never took a nap, contrary to his initial statement. With his entire story now dismantled, he decides to tell the truth.
Okay. I remember being outside at the shed and grabbing the axe. But other than that, that's all I remember. Which is why I also panicked, because I remember the last thing I did was grab the axe.
There's no doubt that you did it. It's just why.
Right, I definitely say now. I want to know that too, because I don't remember any argument whatsoever. Because I remember sharpening the axe, and then some it's in the back of my head.
So did you do right after when you sharpened the axe, you walked in the house with that right afterwards? I still need to know because I gotta be definite on this. I don't like. I can't.
I don't have an exact memory of it, so I don't want to say.
Okay, the best your memory.
Best of my memory, walked in the house with the axe, with not the intent of doing that. I don't know if something was said. Because usually I try to talk to her. I'll say, "Hey mom, get up. We gotta go to work." Or, "Hey mom, we gotta do something." So I don't know if I did that and she made a remark that kind of pushed me over the edge, or if it just all played through.
So after you hit her with the axe, is that when you call 911 right after?
Immediately.
Right after you hit her?
Right after I went. And phone 911 checked her breathing pulse. But as soon as I saw blood running through her, there was nothing I could do. So then I was just.
You feel better now? It's off your chest?
A little bit, but I still feel like a piece.
After confessing to the murder of his mother, the investigators were still puzzled about the motive.
She was very verbally abusive. And I remember, I do remember being in tears by the time that conversation ended. She backed it up with like strong adjectives and then strong emotions. Like, "I'm so disappointed in you," which I've heard that before. Okay, blah, blah. And then she's like, "You beat him." That's why it's like, okay, chill out. And then she kept going. When I'm punching something or I'm using the axe or whatever, I play the things that my mom's has done and I just get the frustration out of that. I'm like, okay, mom said this. I visualize what she said in a paragraph and I just beat it.
Although Carlos explained why he killed his mother, he still seemed disconnected from the severity of his actions.
How long are we going to be here?
I know it's fine. It's going to take that.
Okay, you take me
You go to our jail here and transfer for
to jail?
Yeah. The jail here is just for processing. You go to DJJ up in Ocala.
So I have a record now.
Oh, you got a record. You got one up with Abbott. But you have a reason for that?
Well, no, I mean, like, is there any way of getting it extended later?
That's what the court. I don't have a reason against it.
I just hope that this doesn't really affect too much because it's still college.
It's all up to the court.
Carlos Hallowell was charged with premeditated first-degree murder. He was not eligible for the death penalty due to his age, but he was tried as an adult. In July 2021, Carlos Hallowell was found guilty of the first-degree murder of his adopted mother, Denise, and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Wow. You got the ultimate. What's it?
It sounds to me though as though he was physically and mentally abused all his life, and he's snapped. I mean, I know that doesn't make it right.
Well, that's just his side of the story, isn't it? They've obviously had arguments where he's broke her arm. It's his side of the story saying what it was. There was no proof of that, was there?
No, you can't get proof, but you know,
she's no longer with us, so
yeah.
It's one of them where you don't put an axe in someone's head.
No, yeah,
and then
of course you don't know.
There's definitely something wrong with him, the way he's calm acting and just sort of saying, I've got things I want to do, still want to go to college, still want to do things.
Yeah.
When
he's not, realising the severity.
You can study, mate, but it'd be from a cell.
Yeah.
But where was it? Did it say where it was?
Florida.
Florida, yeah, didn't it? Yeah, Citrus County, Florida.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I just hate seeing young lives wasted by stupidity and But this guy's obviously crazy as well. He's not just got stupid; he's got bigger issues. He obviously had depression. He's on medication. Whether that medication wore off and it sprung to him, whether he took any other drugs or anything like that, I don't know. But it's never good, is it?
Like I say, we've only got his side of the story.
Yeah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed his content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Cheers.